So, what is Festival Tycoon? Festival Tycoon is a fun builder that allows you to create and manage your very own music festival. You can build it, manage it, schedule bands, get sponsors, sell tickets, and a bunch of other cool things. Created by a single developer and available on Steam Early Access, it puts you in charge of a company that sets you free in the world to do your festival building best. And I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about this out of the blue title called Festival Tycoon. Please like and subscribe for more content. Also, there's a link to the game store page as well as the developer's Discord in the description. But first, we party. Though currently in early access, there's quite a lot to do and quite a few things to discuss. The developer has said over the coming months and weeks, there will be major content updates, including more stages, bands, features, and much more. An early access roadmap will be unveiled during the first week of launch, which I'll put up here. This, of course, starts with Oktoberfest, the first update, which basically came out an hour before I was going to put this video out, so I've had to record quite a bit of it and redo it because there are so many new things that have been added. If this is a hint of what's to come, we have new lights, we have new fences, we have whole sceneries, we have an Eiffel Tower added to it. There is a lot of stuff now added. It's also got a lot more polish, there's a lot more information on bands and so on. So yeah, I've added some clips in of what is actually there. Oh, and the roadmap, I said one new building. There are actually many new buildings, just for the record. And I can only speculate what else, but the developer does frequently update us on the state of the game, and patches and improvements are consistent. And localizing of multiple languages is in the works as well. But for now, let's talk about what you actually do in the game. Firstly, you start with your company. You pick from a few logos, company color, name it, and then you're ready to go. Upon creating a company, you now need some land to start making your festival. At present, there are 3 different sizes, each consisting of different amounts with different scenery placed challenges as well as different prices to purchase. Once this is selected, you then go to design your festival. There are 2 stages to festival creation: the build and create mode before the festival starts, and then the live festival itself, where the dynamic changes from design and create to manage and run. Now, there are many ways to go about this. The design really is down to you. However, its design and what you can have influences sponsors and bands later on, so it never hurts to be familiar with certain band requirements. But the first thing you should always start with is an entrance. An entrance is usually placed adjacent to a bus stop. Add a stage, an area for ticket holders to pitch their tents, and then maybe you can start designing your festival with these points in mind. Also, why not add VIP areas? Maybe VIP special access. Their tickets are more expensive, plus you can designate VIP specific attractions and vendors to make them VIP festival goers feel really special. But don't forget the toilets and showers, because they're definitely going to need these while they're staying at your festival. Furthermore, the larger the tent area or the more VIP bungalows you add, the more people can get into your festival. But you'll only sell all your tickets if your festival is actually worth attending, so having a whole area filled with tents but nothing else might not be a good idea. It's all about balance and control, and you're given the tools to do just that. Adding fun things for your festival goers to do, see or eat has some strategy to it as well. You want everybody to have convenient access to everything from ATMs, phone chargers to bumper cars, bars and food stalls, so they don't hesitate in using them. But with this comes its own challenges. You need to account for the likelihood of restocking items, fixing broken stalls, unclogging toilets, and cleaning up after some very messy attendees. All of this can be created and managed by employees, or you can skip out on the employees and do it yourself, saving money but costing time. Plus, you have quite a few beautification items to add to your content, so you can make some really cool designs, including so far a Halloween update. So I can only assume maybe we'll be getting some festive updates in the future. Now, sponsors. Not me, the game. Each sponsor offers something different, from the amount of money to requirements you need to meet. You also need to provide adequate advertising space for them as well. What they offer changes each festival, as some companies, just like in real life, can have things happen to them each year that changes their company's performance, worth, value, and consequently the offer made to you. But let's now move on to music. Not only are there many bands to pick from, bands you have to schedule on your stage, but you have to meet their requirements as well. Maybe they want a room to greet people, some catering, a backstage RV. You can customize the backstage however you want, or how they want, or even give them their own festival entrance to keep them away from the masses. or don't. You have to juggle popularity, price, reputation, hours on stage, what stage they want to perform on, what style of music, and if it clashes with others, and so on and so on. Maybe one band won't play with another, maybe one sponsor wants nothing to do with that specific band. These are all choices you have to make as you try to build the best festival out there. And lastly, in the build mode, you have ticket sales. You get estimates of how many you might sell depending on what price you set them at, but at the end of the day, you won't know until it begins. However, there is an early bird system that will give you a shot at pricing your festival in a sweet spot for each type of ticket. Once you're happy with all this, you can then start your festival, which requires different amounts of running depending on what you have or haven't got at your festival. You need to assign staff to areas such as medics, cleaners, and mechanics, or you can do it all yourself manually. Make sure you welcome and assign any bands you wanted to their RVs and react and attend to any events requiring your attention. When the festival finally ends, you get a score, as well as a breakdown of any profits or losses. Plus you find out more about the bands and sponsors. Did they have a good year? Did they get more popular? What about album sales? Maybe a member has left. All of this impacts your next festival on career mode. There's also a scoreboard for friends and even the entire world of Festival Tycoon. This is for you to try and get the best score you can, which, let me tell you, can get addictive. It's had me there for hours trying harder each festival to better my last and maximize profits to its fullest. Now just to note, there is a really easy to follow tutorial in the game that explains everything step by step, so don't worry if I've missed some things. Plus, you can activate the tutorial at any time, which is useful to do before you open your festival because it comes with a very useful checklist. And don't forget the sandbox mode. So, on to negatives. I don't really have a lot to say considering the patches have sorted most of what I had gripes with. The UI needs a little adjustment on the default side of things, as opening one menu doesn't close others, so it can get a little bit cluttered sometimes when you're working. Also, the option to change things like gate restrictions, post item placement would be great too. It could be there, I just wasn't able to find it if it is. Yeah, the music is actually really good. Like, I think I've played like 2 rock songs, but they have hip hop, they have folk music, they have techno, and you can listen to the full songs before you book the bands as well. I did find myself a few times just zooming in, listening to the music, watching the lights, watching people dance. It was actually really enjoyable. Finally, you can definitely have fun with this game, and honestly, I would absolutely recommend it. And I think it's priced perfectly for what you get. It's not an enormous game, but what it does offer is hours of fun. And with a promising looking roadmap too, it has a lot of future potential as well. There's also a supporter pack in the form of DLC available, which I purchased the other day, and it gives you a couple cool statues. What I'd like to see in the future. More lights, definitely. As you've seen from the gameplay here, the lights look awesome, so I absolutely want more of that. And more opportunities to show them off as well, such as subtle smoke and maybe other particle effects, a small weather system, rain, snow, overcast, heatwave, seasonable biomes, and so on. But absolutely more live events when the festival starts. For example, maybe a flood or a mud patch after a rainstorm is causing your festival goers to slow down, therefore spending less money, so you have to send out some landscaping crews to create little walkways for them, also increasing the demand for things like umbrella stalls, wellies and hot drinks. The potential is endless. So I'm really looking forward to seeing future updates on what this game offers, and I will absolutely keep revisiting it and sharing more information as I get it. I'll also be doing a stream for anybody interested in seeing more, where I'll be answering any questions people have as well. But they're just my thoughts. Please like and subscribe, and until next time.